Make a video for guys who say they can't meet a woman, because I've been seeing more and more of these comments, and I think that maybe men, like women, we set our sights too high. Like, we all want like the most gorgeous person, you know, the best that's out there, and not all of us can get the best that's out there. You know, the other unfortunate thing is there are a lot of things that have happened in society that have made people less attractive as mates. For example, the obesity epidemic. 75% of Americans are overweight or obese. Both factors decrease a person's attractiveness to the opposite sex, for sure. So if we got everybody back to regular body weight and got them off their phones, I think we would all find a lot more people that we wanted to go out with. So I don't blame you at all. I think that maybe we as a species need to look at, why are people not interested in mating with me? Is it them or is it me? I'm still fucking trying to figure this shit out. So unless you're a man who's like super fit, if you want a girlfriend, you might have to go for someone a little chubbier, or someone who already has a child. And a lot of guys don't want that. They want the top girl. And if they can't get the top girl, they'll be like, well, I'll just be single forever. And so I guess that's what we're coming to. I've made that same decision for myself. If I can't get one of these top guys, I'll just be single forever. And that's a decision we've come to, but I don't think that we've become more choosy. I think that we've lowered the quality of our attractiveness. We've all gained a lot more weight, so we're more sedentary. And that extra weight is not only physically less attractive, it also makes us less likely to engage in activities, be good in bed, and have good energy. You know, being active really has a lot to do with your mental health, your vitality, your vivaciousness. I think that the divorce rate has gone up, and children out of wedlock are acceptable. So there are more people now that already have a child in tow and an ex to deal with. Maybe that's less attractive. Divorce also increases the poverty rate for women. It lowers your financial resources once you're divorced, because you're no longer two people living together in a household. You have to do it now single. I think there are less opportunities for socializing than there used to be, as more people work longer hours and spend their time at home on cable, movies at home. We don't have to go to a movie. We can watch it at home. The proliferation of porn and video games, and even for me, you know, I can just be on YouTube. I'm watching videos. I don't have to go out and meet anyone. Fewer opportunities for social interaction. More people working from home. They're not in the workplace interacting with other people. Stopping for Starbucks on the way to work. But what do we have to do? What do we have to do to be more attractive, so that people will look at us and go, I'd like to mate with that person? When I say mate, like get in a relationship or even have sex. Men used to come up to women and buy them drinks. Men don't come up to women and buy them drinks anymore. That does not happen. I was watching Chris Williamson. He had on a dating coach the other day. He's got a pretty large following. He had a dating coach on the other day. This woman, she was 30, and she says men never buy her drinks anymore. Like, it's not just me saying that. I'm old, and maybe I'm not as hot as I used to be, but younger women are saying the same thing. Men don't come up to me. Men don't initiate conversation. Men don't buy me drinks. The whole courtship ritual has gone awry. So that's another thing I would like to bring back. I had my boys read that book, How to Be a Gentleman. I wanted them to learn good manners and stuff. I think that stuff is important. My boys always had a suit every year to wear to go to the Nutcracker. You know, it's nice to have the time to teach your kids some basic manners and skills and how to write a thank you letter, how to have a conversation with an adult. You know, I wanted them to be able to have a conversation with an adult. Maybe it's our education system. Like, what is happening to our species? A lot of the fun of life is in being with the opposite sex, like going out with them, dating them, um, fucking them, and then later, if your relationship gets hard, you got to just do some therapy. But we're really missing out, I feel like, and I'm really puzzling like why this is happening. What is it? For example, what is it? I spent years trying to think. I thought there was something wrong with me for not meeting someone. Like, was the universe punishing me? And maybe some of you men feel that same way. You know, just give up. I'll just give up. I don't see any good options out there. Is it the feminist movement that has shamed men? Men don't feel appreciated anymore by women. Women are saying we don't need men, because we're taught that we're supposed to be independent. If you look at the female movies, it's all about the woman gaining her independence. She doesn't need a man. Is it the liberal woke agenda? Maybe it's the liberal woke agenda. There is no man or woman. We're all one sex. We're all of them. You know, we're all one sex. We're all the same. No difference. They want us, maybe they want us all to be the same. Maybe it's some agenda to have us work towards, you know, us all being robotic and one and the same. But I miss those things. I think those things are nice. Flirting and getting turned on and desired is nice. It's fun. And I'd like to have some of that fun back. I get comments from men on my channel saying, I don't think that women find me attractive enough. Women are too picky and I don't have the looks that women want. Is that true, or have they given up? I don't know. And I just don't like how women treat me. They don't treat me well. Is that because they're people pleasers, or is that true? I don't know. I know people who want to be in a relationship, who've been on dating apps for years. They just haven't met the right person they click with. Are we too choosy now? Because people used to get married out of need. Like, people would get married because I need your income and you need me to take care of the house, and we had our roles. You are the man, I'm the woman, we need each other. But now women have to be women and men have to be men and women, so we don't need each other as much. So we're getting very pickier. Well, I already keep my own house. I make my own money. So for me to have you in my life, you better offer something much more superhuman. I really don't know what's happening to the world, but, you know, even getting sex isn't that easy. People are too tired for sex. You go on a dating app, they don't want to meet. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you what's happening. Like, there's no incentive to meet. Are we drinking something in the water that's making us complacent? And more people are taking antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I know Terry Real, whose courses I take, always suggests that to people who are depressed. But I think it numbs you. It numbs your emotions. I think if you're depressed, you have to look at your thoughts and your trauma, and you can do cognitive behavioral therapy, which supposedly is better than any antidepressant. Antidepressants have side effects too. They can raise your blood pressure. And I've talked to people who've taken those kinds of medications and they feel like kind of numb from life. It loses your libido. You know, maybe there are things that are happening, the things in our food supply that have lowered men's testosterone to where they're like, I'll just rub one out. Or what do they say? What do men say? I'll not rub one out. Whatever. I'll just take care of myself. I don't want to go to the effort to put on a shirt and go out and meet a woman. I met guys on a dating app who just want to talk on the phone. They wanted my attention. The cheater guy I was chatting with, he definitely wanted more than just sex. He wanted emotional attention from me. even though he was married, he wasn't satisfied being married. But maybe a lot of men are just looking for emotional attention that they can get in some other way. They don't have to get it from a woman in real life. So I would be interested in your comments, what you think. What is it that makes us less attractive to the opposite sex than we used to be? What is it that makes us no longer say, I want to get out and get some in real life? And when I go out, I just don't see single people out. You know, and usually, like, it used to be that you would date someone that you met, that you saw. The best thing is you date someone that you see on a regular basis in a non kind of pressure situation, like someone you see every day at work or at school, or someone you meet at a party where you have someone in common. And as people are waiting longer to get married and dating at work isn't as acceptable, I just don't come across situations where I see a bunch of single men who aren't on their phone that I could possibly talk to. I go out to dinner, I sit at the bar, no one sits next to me. They're just so shy. They're just afraid. Like, people are so afraid of each other. And it isn't just because of the whole, it isn't just because of the pandemic that they want a distance. It's been that way even before that. But I'm doing it maybe too. I'm here making YouTube videos instead of being out. But I did stop at that Starbucks there's a Starbucks where a lot of businessmen go, and I have a new workout routine where I do go by there in the mornings, and I've been stopping in there, making myself stop in there, keep my phone in my purse, just look around, say hi to people. I've been forcing myself to do that. It's kind of awkward and uncomfortable, but I did not want to go today. I forced myself to do it. Not have my phone out, just look at people. They were all wearing these. I wasn't. It's not being enforced. I don't wear those. And then people always stare at me. They're probably surprised to be able to see a face, an uncovered face. But that's all I've got. Thank you for watching my video.